Hi, this is Connie. To continue our study of the Engrosser script, lowercases, today I would like to go over the lower descender loops, so the letters G, J, Q, Y, and Z. For the letter G, I would like to show you some common mistakes first. What I see a lot with the letter G is this. This part is no longer an oval. This part is no longer an elliptical oval. What I mean by an elliptical oval is if we enlarge this, it would look something like this. And we cannot part this 4 parts equally. But with an elliptical oval, we can part the 4 parts equally. So for the letter G, we want to start with a convex hairline, just like the A. Shade down, push up the hairline. So this part makes an oval. Then we want to start the shade right next to it so we don't cut into the oval. We want the side of the shade to barely touch the oval. So if I exaggerate that, it would look something like this. We want to touch it a little more like something like that, but you get the idea of it touching and not crossing through. So push down 2 lines and lift the pen. What we want to achieve is a gradual transition between the shade and the hairline. So what we want to create is a wedge shape when we lift the pen. So when we go up with the hairline, it can look very graceful here. Continue. Push up the hairline to an oval and exit out of the letter in an oval. What I also see a lot in the G is if we don't do this, the G begins to look like this. I'm exaggerating for you to see, but this is not very graceful. And this shade is just way too straight and thick and feels like the letter is toppling over. The letter J, I also see a lot of this part not being a oval. So and this. So what's wrong with this letter is that this is too small. This looks like this again without being an oval. And the space between the hairline and the shade is too small. So the entire letter looks squished. Also, for the dot, to achieve a really round and nice dot, what we do is not scribble a dot in. We draw a circle and then we fill it in. So to write the J, go up in a concave hairline, push 2 lines down, gradually lift the pen. Think about the size of the oval and exit stroke. Draw a circle, then fill it in. For the letter Y, we have to think about Y as in a small letter V without the spur. So when we think of it like that, the Y, the short part of the Y, this will no longer be a straight line. A lot of people write this line very straight like this, and this line somehow ends up being a lot thinner than the shade down here. There can be a little difference, but if you think of it as a V, we don't write the V like this because we know this is a compound curve. So when we write the V, if I write it bigger, you see a curve right there. So to write the Y, you want a hairline going up. Think of V. Push the hairline up. 2 spaces. Make the wedge shape. Think of how big you want your oval. And finish it with an upstroke. The letter Q is a little awkward to write because unlike these letters, the loop goes on the right side. So take your time when you're making the oval. So the Q again begins like the letter A and the letter G. Compound curve hairline up. Make the oval. And shade down, barely touching the oval. And when you make this oval, think of it in a sentence especially that you want this oval to be the same size as how you've made the other ovals. Finish it with the hairline up. That's the letter Q. And the letter Z, in my opinion, is the most beautiful letter in the alphabet. The top part of the Z is a potential oval. So what I mean by a potential oval is if I finish this, this is an elliptical oval. If I look at that, that is an elliptical oval. When I look at this, this is an oval. And this curve also is an oval. So I see some Z's written like so. Or there's another version of the Z I see is what's wrong with these letters are this, not a compound curve. There are no sharp turns like this in this script. And if you wanted to write this version of the Z, which is fine, we have to know that this part is an oval. So when you go up and make the loop, you go down. This is another potential oval. This is not a straight line. This is not this. So to write the Z, I would start thinking of an oval going up again. Shade, drawing an oval, make the loop, shade down, and draw an oval up. After this video, we will have only 16 letters remaining in the alphabet to go over, and in the next video, we will continue our studies on them.